And it's probably the attitude to take. Otherwise, Isaiah wins, right? Isaiah wants to start a war. Don't. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Durarara. Last episode was a bit of, I want to say half of stuff we've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say that I have some notes, but there's not a lot of notes to cover there because, again, some of it was just stuff we'd seen already. And I think most of my note is just context for reminder of what's going on. Otherwise, once again, thank you to Master Detective for sponsoring the series. I really enjoy it. I think maybe somewhere down the road, if we ever get a chance, maybe Bakano might be the thing to watch to see if that might be something of the same. Because it's the same universe, but not the shared story. Mm-hmm. Like, two characters have already shown up once that are from Bakano, but they don't do anything here. So it's also the same author and everything. Well, yeah, my understanding is that Bakano is about immortals or something like that. So the element that they could be like old school America and then come over here. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know anything about Bakano. I think I tried to watch the first episode a long time ago. Anyway, as I said, thank you once again to Master Detective for sponsoring these. We, of course, also have a board, so let's go ahead and hit the board, where I have a almost negligible board change log. I made an organization relationship chart.
To dollar to yellow scar to Psycha Army, but the blue squares are no longer in play.
Well, the blue squares are part of yellow scarves now, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. And thoughts? Any board changes aside from that one?
No, that's the one that I said. This is the section for your thoughts. I'm the one who made the board.
But if you haven't made any changes, then I have no thoughts about
the changes. Yeah, but we also see the board once a month, so...
Yeah. It's a board. It has characters on it. It has a lot of squiggly lines. Well, not squiggly, actually. They're pretty square. Pretty straightforward.
I can start doing that if you want. Look at this guy. He's connected. Does that help? Does that make it more interesting visually?
No,
how about this guy over here? He can be connected to her right here. How about this guy? He can go all the way around, and he's connected to that guy.
Yeah, no, thank you.
She picks up the ball. She goes past the ball, and she gets a touchdown. Woo, score.
Except, yeah, it's American football.
Could be rugby.
Too.
You see, what you gotta do is you gotta take your three linebackers over here, and then they rush the ball down the center lane, and then, it's a whole defensive line. But then they score a touchdown. I've never watched a lot of John Madden. I don't know how this goes.
No. I had a friend who really wanted me to get into football, and I never did. I did watch them play football on the Xbox 360 a lot, but that was about it.
All right, well, if you got nothing to say about the board, my notes. So Kita is going through this whole PTSD thing with Henri being hurt by the slasher, reminding him of his experiences with Saki. Despite the fact that, unknown to everyone, Henri runs the Psycha Army. This inspires Kita to go back into action as the Shogun of the Yellow Scarves, which are now targeting the Dollars, which is run by his best friend Mikado, unbeknownst to him, because of the belief that the Dollars might be behind the slasher incident, which is, of course, partly because of Isaiah's meddling, and also because of Celti was seen to be aiding the slasher, in this case Henri, without anyone knowing it was Henri, and Celti is known to be a member of the Dollars.
Yeah. But I have a question, because the Dollars exist.
That is true. You're one for one on true facts.
They don't do anything.
They do.
Really? Like what?
Off-screen shit. I'm not being like sarcastic or shit like that. It's been shown on screen. They have like this communication network. We had a whole episode where Mikado was trying to make them into a group that does good deeds. So they talk about stuff on their own like message board thing, where it's not the same as the chat room that we get. They have like their own message board thing where they talk about stuff that's happening, and like there was a whole thing about them, a group of them going out and like erasing graffiti off of a wall and cleaning up an area and things like that. They're not like a traditional gang, which was the point of Isaiah's conversation with him over chat last episode. If you want to get into this realm, you're going to have to, like, one, pay a lot more attention to what your people do and really change things up. Because the idea is, the problem is that the Yellow Scarves are a gang, and they are beating the crap out of the Dollars. Because the Dollars aren't a traditional gang. Was that your only question?
That was my only question.
I missed it the first time around, but in the messaging area, when Celti is private messaging Henri responds in the group chat, which is why Celti says that she'll teach Henri how to use DMs later. Also why Mikado and Isaiah get reaction shots after Henri essentially says, "Okay, thank you," out of the blue into the group chat.
I'm very hip with it, with the new technology of 2016, 2017 when this came out.
It's a chat room.
20. Yeah, I know, but still, you know.
Yeah, I know, but you're implying that chat room technology was 2016.
I'm saying that I'm not equating chat room technology that started in 2016. It's been around forever. I should know. I'm saying that
legitimately the chat room that we see them in is essentially no different from ICQ.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that this is like 90s chat room technology.
Yeah. She doesn't know how to do that.
I have to think that Mikado knows who Isaiah is in the chat, considering that the DM he sent to Mikado, the cutting him a good rate line, so he has to identify the area's biggest information broker.
Yeah, I guess so. Everybody falls for that moron. Oh, or no, he's not a moron.
I say legitimately, he's not a moron. He's playing everybody intelligently. He got the head of the medical research group is now his maid.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It is, in fact, a thing. I guess you're 2 for 2 on true facts. I guess if all you do from here on out is say truisms, there's not going to be any arguments. It's only when you insert your own opinion that problems arise.
What's your next note?
That is it. I said it was a short notes thing.
Oh.
I mean, there's a whole commentary, I guess, possibly about the fact of what that was scribbled on that rusted beam. Since, you know, they're the Yellow Scarves, and it's like the Yellow Scarf Rebellion. So the idea that the blue sky is fading and the yellow sky is rising being a thing. I think, what was it? The blue sky represents the Han dynasty, and the yellow sun, yellow sky, obviously representing the Yellow Scarf Rebellion itself.
Show the romance of the Three Kingdoms, so I will not opinionate on it.
You mean opine?
I said what I said.
So you're 2 for 3 on true facts. All right, well, I guess if that's everything, then nothing left to do but to hop on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Always slightly louder than I expect it to be.
Not this time for me, thank God.
I usually listen to stuff. My TV at about a 20, whatever that is, on this TV. Mm-hmm. When we watch this stuff, I gotta turn it on to like 5. And it was at 10, and I was still unexpectedly loud. Because, you know, I don't want it to get picked up on this microphone. You were about to say something.
You said I didn't like this, OP. It's fine.
I
The OP
said
that I liked was the
I said
the
I
first
thought I
season.
remembered you saying that. I was like, no,
Yeah.
damn it, you said this. No, I was just like, I
Yeah.
thought this is what you said.
Yeah.
No. I said I thought you didn't like the first one, which it seems like
Yeah,
this is
I
what you were
actually liked
saying.
it. No, I actually liked the first one.
Yeah, I liked the first one too. I said it was like one of the best openings I heard. Unfortunately, not that stick in your mind. Though oddly, I will say this. Yes, I have to talk over this part too because for some reason copyright considers it part of the opening. I was having this conversation with Ray on Sunday when we were recording Record of the Lotus War about memorable anime openings because we had just finished Record of the Lotus War. So I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of missed this the opening because Record of the Lotus War opening is pretty good. Unfortunately, I said it's also not super good. Like, I equated it to the DuckTales theme. Like, anybody of a generation will always remember what the DuckTales theme is. It's an earworm.
Yeah.
There are anime openings that are good, but they're also not of the level that you will always remember them apropos of the show being watched.
Oh, I remember the Lotus War opening. Yeah, are you seeing the movie as well? Or not?
Unfortunately, Ray is busy as a teacher, so we're going to have to take a break. His school went from a C school to an A school. Also, I want to reintroduce the concept that I think they are actually feeding people to people. For one, it was a rumor about the sushi place down the road that was turning people into sushi, but then Simon actually made a threat to somebody about becoming sushi, so it's like, oh, I don't know. I mean, they are dollars. Do they not reveal to Kita that they are dollars?
大丈夫、門田社長。新と滅却すれば火もまた冷たいよ。怒る？ダメ。あっちちよ。お前。
I love how they have a Japanese VA speaking Japanese in a way that sounds like he doesn't, he's someone who is a foreigner that,
I mean, it's not that. There's that current show that's out right now, the Finding Love in an Arcade one, which is an English tourist.
Yeah.
Which is actually a Japanese voice actor that knows English. So she just speaks English lines.
なるほど。まあ筋は取ってるわな。で、動機はなんだ？名を売る目的でもなく、金も動いてねえ集団が切り裂き魔という形で高金属を。
I mean, nobody knows the fact that the slasher is essentially a unified group of people, so.
支援だってありえるかも。支援だ？
Nobody but Henri, of course, and that other girl.
って話は聞いてないが。
ダラーズとはでしょ。ブルースクエア。
So wait, is he indicating that the people in the yellow scarves that are fighting the dollars are actually the blue squares that are in the yellow scarves? Are actually the ones fighting the dollars? Nobody knows that. It's for Isaiah, probably. Not probably, he does.
やだな、木田くん。ダメっすよ。現実と妄想をごちゃごちゃにしちゃ。ブルースクエアなんて存在しなかった。それでいいんじゃないっすか。
さっきは存在しない奴らにリンチされて今も病院に。
I thought you just stabbed him in the hand.
そうだよ。君の元カノは存在しない連中にやられたんだよ。それでいいじゃん。
カリサワさん、怒りますよ。
もう怒ってるじゃない。それにユマッチは君より先に怒ってるよ。だからこれはイーブン。木田くんが彼女の件に怒りを感じているように、ダラーズを切り裂き魔だなんて疑ってることに怒りを感じる人もいるってこと。それを踏まえた上でイーブンってことで収められないなら話を持ち出すべき。
It's probably the attitude to take. Otherwise, Isaiah wins, right? Isaiah wants to start a war. Don't. Don't.
そのサキちゃんを助け出したドタチンに対して逃げた君がその過去を引きずり出そうって言うならそんな過去はいくらでも妄想の産物として
I mean, I don't know if they're like being metaphorical, like the blue dollars, blue dollars, the blue squares never existed sort of thing, or if the blue squares never actually existed and they were just a group of people that Isaiah created to start this to begin with.
あのエピソードの時、最初にリンチにあったのはブルースクエアの方っすよ。なのになんか
That's not true. The blue squares were attacking the yellow scarves first, and then Kita had to go to Isaiah to learn how to fight them properly.
いやいや、こっちこそ悪かったっすよ。サキちゃんの件は本当に申し訳なかったと思ってるっすから。
いえ、あなたたちにはむしろお礼を言わなきゃいけないのに。
お前が恨んでたとしても構わねえさ。中学生のガキに。俺たちはそれだけのことをやっちまったんだからな。
だからカトタさんは何も。
どんなに消そうとしても、てめえの関わったことからは逃げられねえさ。
Yeah, I think it's more of a metaphorical, that they're trying to erase their own past rather than accept what happened.
I mean, you're part of the organization. The organization does something wrong.
I mean, you don't know who your boss is. Your boss literally got arrested. That was news.
そうですか。
そういや一人いたな。ダラーズのボスを知ってるってやつが。
Of course.
誰ですか？
待てよ。だから聞いてどうするって話だ。
Well, we know it's Isaiah, but let's ignore that for a moment and remember that the yellow scarves are also filled with former Blue Squares members. Most of your guys know who their former boss was.
そりゃよ、黄金族の総意か？
No.
昔みたいにお前が下の連中しっかり仕切ってんなら、俺も信用して協力するよ。
You can't.
お前が離れている間にあいつら変わっちまった。気づいてねえとは言わせねえぞ。
Legitimately, you're in the sushi place. Simon had to intervene on some of your guys beating some dollars.
どうすりゃいいのか自分でもよく分かってねえんだろう。だいたいダラーズの仕業だとして、それこそ今のお前には関係ないことじゃねえのか？組織同士の抗争。そういうのが嫌でお前は。
逃げました。
でも追いやったはずの現実は時にいびつな形で舞い戻ってくる。
だけど今回は黄金族の仲間だけじゃないんですよ。
あ？
黄金族とも俺の過去とも関係のない大事な人が襲われた。
Yeah, Henri, obviously.
それはお前の。
そう、俺個人の問題なんです。それを解決するためにあいつらを黄金族を言い訳に使っているだけなんです。
そこまで自覚してんなら何も言わねえ。あとはそのボスのことを知ってるやつとボスの判断に任せるとするさ。ただしだ。それでもお前らが俺たちダラーズを完全な敵。
Were they just referring to both of them?
認めるなら何ですか？
Yeah.
Our boss, Mikado, and the guy who knows him, Kita, this guy.
復讐ってもん旗印にする以上。
I mean, if it was a long way of saying, and you.
話が変わるってことは理解してんだろうな。
俺は
他の客が怖がる。そういう話は表でやれ。
できたよ。クレムリン握り5丁ね、社長さん。喧嘩する？お腹減ってるからよ。寿司食ってお腹いっぱい。
Again, I think in some other storyline, these guys are going to be something big. These two.
I think they actually are gangsters. Or
No.
front for Russian mafia.
Isaiah is connected to the Yakuza, and Isaiah doesn't mess with these guys. Well, Isaiah has... I don't think Isaiah has any connection to these guys.
Well, they asked for the cheapest thing.
Other than the fact that, what's his name, the super powerful guy, who Simon sometimes has to stop because Simon's apparently just as strong as him. He, like, Simon will jump into the fight, and then Isaiah runs away, and that's essentially the most connection we've ever seen between them, but that was because Simon was just trying to stop a fight.
店長はマフィアと戦った元ロシア軍の格闘技の教官という設定に世を忍ぶ仮の姿として。
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's former military and former.
They're guessing.
Yeah.
ホラだ、ホラだ。
なんすか門田さん、新手の呪詛っすか？
ドタチンはホラダホラダを唱え
束縛系か召喚系？
た。電撃系かも。
さっき木田が言ってたろ。まあさっきはああ言ったが、ダラーズを探っても切り裂きも出てこねって。
俺は、いや、俺たちはそう思ってません。
何？
例の黒バイクがダラーズだって噂があります。
It's not a rumor. You saw it.
なんで黒バイクが出てくる？
They made that clear in that
信じられないものを見て
what's her name thing.
なるほどな。黒バイクが日
You know what's her name? Who's now again the maid of Isaiah.
それに、ホラだってやつが前にも黒バイクにやられたって。
ホラだ。ホラだ。
A former blue square who's now a yellow scarf.
どうしたのよ。変に考え込んじゃって。
If I'm thinking of the right guy, I might be not thinking about the right guy.
違うかもしれねえし。
何がっすか？
いや、昔の知り合いの中にそんな名前。
Is it not the chubby guy?
ダラーズに黒バイクを仲間とする派閥があって、そいつらが高金属を狙い撃ちしているとしたら、辻褄が合う。
ねえ、ユマッチ、今の話っておかしいよね。
何がっすか？
切り裂き魔って、前あの黒バイクが。
Actually, no, I might be thinking of Asanuma.
最後はしずちゃんに潰されて。
でもその後、一晩に50件。
Why? He's like, why are you covering your faces? We can hear you right here.
どっちにしろ切り裂き魔はもう出てこねえよ。奴らは平和島静雄に喧嘩を売ったんだと。
Super powerful guy I was talking about before. I always forget his name is Shizu.
でも、
これがダラーズのボスを知ってる奴の電話番号だ。あとは好きにしろ。
Oh, he recognizes the number.
I thought it'd be great if it was just his own number. Really fuck him, Isaiah,
It
obviously.
is. It is.
No, it's Isaiah. My guy, the guy you hate.
Who's gonna lie to him? Of course, because he wants to fight war. Continue to fight.
There's no reason I don't think for him to lie.
十分幸せだから人の幸せ取っちゃダメ。分けてあげるといいよ。ねえ、最近覚えたよ。情けない人はダメなまず。これどういう？
情けは人のためならずだろうが。
木田の坊ちゃんなまずなの？ねえねえ。ねえ。
うまいっすね、これ。
退屈だ。何もやることがないというのは実に退屈だ。
殴っていい。
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to have a show like this have the Russian mafia instead of the Yakuza. Kind of, again, a Black Lagoon situation.
いやほら、半年ぐらい前、アワクス海から拳銃盗んで逃げたやつがいたろ。
ああ、忌まわしいデュラハンが追っかけてる
Alright, guns are back in the picture.
その時の拳銃はほとんどセルティが回収して。
Guns are back out of the picture.
まだ一丁見つかってない。
No, it said he returned almost all of them, but except for one.
Yeah, it's still, it's one gun is not guns are in the picture. That means one person's gonna show up with a gun.
ああ、いいとも。
はい。じゃあすぐ伺います。
結局、過去から逃げられないのは自分だけ。
One person showing up with a gun is essentially going to be just like anybody other person in the show with a superpower. Yes, that's right. I'm equating guns with superpowers.
懐かしい表情だね。昔の君の顔だ。中学生だったのに、その表情は大人そのものだった。その頃を懐かしみながら、俺はあえて君にこう挨拶しよう。おかえり。聞きたいことは分かってるつもりだよ。まあ電話で答えてあげてもよかったんだけど、そんな軽い話にはならなそうだったからね。
Just want to manipulate you even further and see your face when I tell you.
Well, I mean, it's your best friend is the leader of the dollars. That's pretty... You know, if you want to see someone's face for a reveal, that's a pretty good one.
この女の子の方が重要みたいだね。
昔々漫画とドラマに感化された少年が黄金族っていうグループを作りました。
黄金族は青色を旗印にするもう一つのグループと構想になり、窮地に立ちました。
Oh,
そこに颯爽と現れたのが天才軍師。
that's Tiger? Yeah.
と
There's a ton of references of manga in this. If you ever pay attention to the guy with the van, the girl and the guy in the back seat, these two literally back there, they're dancing around. They always have manga books and make references to other manga.
もし高金属の抗争に巻き込まれて君の好きな女の子が大怪我をしたんだとしたら、なるほどなるほど、確かにこれはサキちゃんの件と同じ状況だね。君はこう思ってるんじゃないか？自分は確かにサキのことが好きだったはずだ。だけど怖くて彼女を助けることができなかった。自分の愛は偽りだったのか？彼女の体が目当てだったのだろうか。
What a slimy son of a bitch.
彼女のことが好きじゃなかったんじゃないかってね。
よくもまあポンポンと。
やがてそれはむしろそうであってほしいという願望に変わった。
I just like the combination of the fact that he has like super speed almost, it seems, but never uses it to attack people. The mouth is for attacking people.
イザヤさんがそう思ってるならそれでいいっすよ。それでも俺はやり遂げたいだけなんです。
切り裂き前の復讐、それともダラーズの壊滅？
イザヤさんの答え次第じゃ両方になります。
いい覚悟だね。わかった。君が前に進むためだ。だから俺は喜んで君に事実にして真実、そしてどうしようもない現実というものを教え込んであげよう。本来この3つは異なる存在だが、時には同一になるという例だ。ところで、ミカド君は元気かい？
I bring up apropos of nothing.
今年の春に紹介してくれたじゃないか。君の友達、龍ヶ峰ミカド君だよ。
なんでここでミカドの名前が出てくるんですか？
いやあ、彼も今の状況をすごく心配してるんじゃないかと思ってね。
あいつは関係ないでしょ。
You know, as the leader of the
あいつに
dollars.
は高金属のことは話してないし、いつも通り奥手だけど超元気っすよ。楽しそうに毎日を生きてますよ。
ああ、そんな平和な日常を送る彼に嫉妬しちゃったりしてる？
だからあいつには関係のない話だから。
関係あるとしたら？
はい
やあ、そうかそうか。ミカド君は元気か。友達がこんなに苦しんでるのに、その原因になってる彼は楽しく人生を謳歌してるわ。
Oh, he isn't.
ちょっと待て。
You're just letting him believe that he is.
I mean, it's a bad look that your friend isn't living a peaceful life and is falling for a girl, and you're suffering, and he seems unconcerned about Henri's situation. It's a bad look.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what he's.
I know he doesn't
try to
know.
help too.
Obviously, he doesn't know. It's a bad look because he doesn't know.
壁を作って大切なものとゴミを瞬別して内側には大好きなものだけを集めて他は全部追いやった。やってみたら案外平気だった。世界は萌えとツンデレとボーイズラブだけで作れる。すごい発見。それが唯一
I would not pay her to sit in a room with a giant doll.
上手なやり方。
I think that's somebody in a suit, though.
Doubly so, then. Doubly would not pay for that.
でもいつもの小競り合いでしょ。それが今度は高金属のアジトを直接襲ったそうなんです。なんで抱いてんの？ほら、例の首なしライダー。あいつが切り裂き魔と組んで高金属の秘密基地を襲撃したんだとか。あ、どうしました？セットンさん。
The element of having to gossip about yourself with a pseudo identity that only some of the people in chat know.
アニメのお話です。違うでしょ、セットンさん。今度の特撮映画の内容ですよ、サイカさん。ああ、なるほど。田中太郎さんまで。面白いですよ。今年のは特にプロデューサーが2度変わって脚本家が総入れ替えになったとか。じゃあ今度見てみます。
Memory serves. Red is Henri, yellow is Isaiah, gray is Celti. Do not remember
So he's, the
blue.
one, so he's the one setting up all these rumors to make people believe what he wants them to believe.
Well, he's stirring the pot. I don't think he's putting the rumors out there. Other people are talking about what's going on. And he's saying, well, what do you think that means?
ちょっとな。昨日も休んだし。すっかり良さそうだな。
木田君。
あ、いたいた。竹口。龍神ね、俺がダラーズだってこと誰かに言った？木田も。なんだっての。ああ、知らない。ダラーズが高金属と揉めてるって。今日ヨズのやつが俺のことを聞き回ってたらしいんだ。僕は誰にも言ってないよ。俺もだ。
See? He just introduced enough doubt So now Kita's gonna possibly do something regrettable.
一緒に帰ろうよ。ちょっち野暮用でな。熱烈な女性ファンたちが俺を自由にしてくれないんでな。さしてくれ。じゃあな。マサミ。いいか、小競り合いは禁止だ。煽られても我慢しろ。でも将軍、相手につけ込まれる理由を与えるな。切り裂き魔がダラーズだった。
That's the guy I was talking about, the one in the green shirt. I thought that was somebody else that we already knew.
ダラーズのボスについて知り合いを当たってみるっつってましたが、何かわかりましたか？
いや、
一昨日の件で舐められっぱなしは我慢できねえって連中もいます。もしそいつらが暴走しちまったら、
そん時は俺も腹くくるよ。
Are we gonna get like a Splinter Scarves group? Apparently, because they're doing it anyway. Definitely was not a Nokia.
Oh, they got the adults involved.
Well, no, those are the adults that were in the yellow scarves already. And then he said don't bring any more adults in. So this is just the existing adults. Yeah, he seems like that kind of guy. I thought he was going to spray paint that guy's face yellow or something.
下手くそな二次創作みたいな展開になりさがる。
マサミ？滝口かな。え？黄金族にやられた。滝口くんが見舞い行ってくる。
Not really taking action against your own people, are you?
No, he's losing control.
Well, that's what I was saying about a splinter group in the yellow scarves, and immediately happened. I think it's the element of, obviously, they are the adults in a group full of kids, and they're like, well, we have authority as adults. People are going to listen to us more than they are the other kid, I guess. Which I guess then might bring into play the element that they said, don't mess with other adults, because we can't stand up to, like, the Yakuza and whatnot. And it seems like these guys are going to go for a too big for their britches sort of thing, in which case they might get, you know, legitimate other adult agencies involved against the yellow scarves.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they're doing graffiti and stuff like that, and that's going to hit the news, which the cops, then you're going to have the motorcycle cop show up, right? Because he's all about justice. And
I don't know if he would. Remember, motorcycle cop is here specifically for Celty. He's not here for the regular crime. We've got regular cops for regular crime. We got told he was specifically brought in to deal with Celty, and Celty's afraid of him. So I don't know. Good episode though. I really enjoyed it, even though it was mostly a bottle, not a bottle. We say it's a bottle episode. It's a room episode. Certainly is what I meant to say. The vast majority of it took place in one room.
あの時どうして僕は辞めなかったんだろう。僕はダラーズの何を知ってるって言うんだろう。こうしていれば日常に変わりはない。でも次回ゴリ夢中。
I mean, certainly he's got anonymity going for him. No one knows that he's the dollar boss, essentially. One has to wonder then how most other people know who to attack, or if they're just attacking indiscriminately. And it just turns out so many people are part of the dollars that you can't swing a bat without hitting a dollars member.
Pretty much. Yeah, it is what it is.
That is never an appropriate thing to say in this channel. In fact, it is what it is. That's not reacting to anime lessons. I know you don't like the show, but you got to give more than that.
There's really not much to talk about other than the fact that this guy found out who the leader of dollars is, and he lost control of his gang. So unless someone else steps in, like the cops, which a lot of people got arrested, it's just a matter of waiting who ends up in the hospital or worse. Just especially with that gun loose.
There's so much to talk about. The yellow scarves are mostly infiltrated by the blue squares, because the only thing the blue squares had to do to get into the yellow scarves after Kita left was just to take off of their colors and then join the yellow scarves. The blue scarves leader got arrested, and clearly he's going to come back for revenge at some point. Who's to say that everything going on in the yellow scarves right now isn't a blue squares thing? We've got the veneer of, hey, the slashers part of the dollars are coming against us. The slashers protecting, Celti. Let me start that again. Celti is part of the dollars. The Celti is protecting the slasher went after the person I care about. Therefore, I am anti-dollars at the moment, but now I'm confused about who's leading the dollars due to Isaiah's meddling, and I am completely, apparently, unaware of the fact that I'm infiltrated by blue squares, the people who fucking did that to Saki back in the past. The people that I most want to hurt are of my number.
Yeah, I know, but I think and
that's just one guy's point of view, by the way. I say there's a lot to talk about. That's just one guy. We got all the other things happening. That's one circle and a bunch of crossing over circles.
Not really the issue is once you put them on a war footing and he lost control, that's it, basically. So what's going to happen is, I say it's going to get what he wants, somebody getting really hurt or killed, and he can enjoy that because that's what he enjoys, seeing people go out of the limb.
You're way too focused on that. You're way too focused on that because it's not the boiled down point here. You say that's where we're heading to. We're so close to the beginning of that still. Like, it feels like Kaida is still in the position of figuring out how to get his people under control. We've only just seen them do the very first thing, not following his orders. We still have Mikado figuring out how to pull the dollars through this, or if he's going to take like full control as an actual gang. You got, what's his name? I don't know why I keep forgetting it. Van Guy, also assembling his crew together to figure out how they're going to handle all this, even though they are technically dollars themselves. And, not for nothing, the element that the slasher is in every group, the yellow scarves are technically part of the dollars as well. That there's information going all over the place here. That the Isaiah information broker thing isn't the only thing when it comes to who knows what. And Isaiah is just setting up for a war between supernaturals. That's the thing that we've established there. But at the end of the day, he is the least influential person beyond the fact that he tells people things. He is influencing them by what he tells them, but at the end of the day, it's the people with the power that have the power. If they choose not to listen to his intel, he's got nothing.
Yeah, but they do listen because he's the only one. He's the one with the information.
They're not listening because he has information. They're listening because they're playing him based on their emotionalities. He keeps pulling the Saki card because that's the thing he established early on to have an in on Kaida and how to influence him. And then he's like, oh, well, isn't it kind of funny how this is happening to Henri too? Maybe your boy Mikado has some thoughts about this. What's he got to do with that? He's playing him on an emotional level. And it's not for nothing. You can see it happening. It's not that Isaiah knows a bunch of stuff, or Isaiah, like I keep bringing up his super speed. He doesn't use the super speed for anything other than to get out of danger.
Yeah, because he's the untouchable. He's the jerk that nobody can touch.
Well, it hasn't been proven yet. He's only come up against Shizu like twice, and that's because Shizu attacks him. That's because Shizu just doesn't like him. It's ironic that you don't care about Shizu at all, but Shizu's the guy under you in the overlay who just hates Isaiah to the point of attacking him on sight, which is what I feel like you would be if you were in the show. So you don't care about the guy who is exactly you.
I don't care about a lot of things, but
and that's when you start breaking down into your new song. Go ahead and release your first track.
Yeah, sure. If I had a singing voice, which I do not. Not now, not ever, but still. Yeah, that's it.
It's not it. Before I interrupted you, you were about to say something. So I'm just waiting for you to get back into that.
I literally said what I was going to say.
No, you weren't. You were about to say something else, and then I made fun of the I don't care about a lot of things thing, but you're taking an inhale to say something else, and I interrupted you, so I'm expecting that to be finished.
I literally do not have anything else to say.
All right. Well, I guess with that said, then, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?